comedy, drama, suffering. HIROGARU SKY PRECURE is going to deliver it all on April for us. Hello everyone, it's Lel, and in this video we're going to check out the episode summaries for the April episodes from HIROGARU SKY PRECURE, baby. Get ready for an intense month. So in this video we're going to talk about episodes 10 to 13 in terms of summaries, and also 14 because we already have the title, and I'm obviously going to share my theories, ideas, etc. Let's start with episode 10, which is going to be called Yum, What's the Taste of Home? We've already seen the preview for this episode, and it's going to feature Sora and Mashiro throwing a party to Tsubasa. It's like a welcome party, and they're gonna want to bake a plate called yakitai. It's a dish from Skyland, but they're not able to replicate the taste correctly. I believe this is going to be an episode between Tsubasa and Mashiro, mostly, because we've already had Tsubasa with Sora, and in episode 10, I believe it's going to be Tsubasa and Mashiro, because in episode 11, we're going to have Tsubasa and Ageha. In this episode, the title is An Awkward Duo, Tsubasa and Ageha. And so in this episode, Ageha will invite Sora and Mashiro to go to a place called Mount Hosa. Elle will see a cute mascot called Sora Goro, which is the mascot from Sorashido City, and she will want a little merch from it, but it's not for sale. It's prize of a special game. So they decide to participate to win Sora Goro for Elle-chan. In this game, when they're playing it, there are going to be two routes. One route is the harder one, and the other one is the easy route. Sora and Mashiro will decide to go to the hard route, while Ageha, Tsubasa, and Elle will decide to go to the easier route. Tsubasa is going to play the game very seriously, but he is always getting distracted by Ageha. And there is a certain point in their road that there is going to be a riddle that they have to solve to continue. And Ageha decides not to solve the riddle. Instead, she decides to take the ropeway, while Tsubasa wants to save the riddle. Tsubasa will get a little angry, and he will decide to go all by himself. And when he meets Sora and Mashiro later down the road, Mashiro will tell him to trust Ageha. So I think this is going to be a very interesting episode between Tsubasa and Ageha. They're going to clash, and I'm going to love it. But we're going to discuss it later. Now let's focus on the summary for episode 12, which is an episode I am very excited for, which is called I'm Strong! HIROGARU SKY versus Kabaton. This episode is going to be everything. I am pretty sure of it. So in this episode, Kabaton will be in distress after a series of losses. And when he sees the HIROGARU SKY girls chatting happily in the city, he will get very angry, and he will go to them and challenge Sora to a 1 versus 1. Baby, a solo duel between them. Mashiro will tell Sora not to accept the invitation, but Kabaton says that if Sora wins, he will never go after Elle-chan again. So Sora ends up accepting, and they're gonna battle. But the battle is only in 3 days. It's just 3 days later. So Ageha will get everybody, and they will go to a campsite so that Sora could train to her match against Kabaton in 3 days. Tsubasa will find a master of the mountain who will help Sora train, and Sora will even do takigyo, which is waterfall meditation, before going against Kabaton. Baby, I am so excited for this episode. I love Kabaton. You guys know how much I really, really love him, so I'm super, super excited. Now let's go to episode 13. Episode 13 is called Please Deliver It, the First Gift. So in this episode, the HIROGARU crew will visit a children's shoe shop to buy the first shoes for Elle, who's being able to waddle around, and they're having a hard time finding one that Elle actually likes. But Elle will look at a lady that is also buying shoes, and she will see one in her hand, and she will want that specific one. And so that is the one she's going to buy, or the girls are going to try buying. This lady ends up accepting giving this shoe to Elle, and she gives it to her, and she smiles. But when she goes to leave the store, there is some sort of sadness in her face. But then the girls will go back to the house, and when they are there, they're going to listen to a very loud noise. And when they go to Yo-Yo's room, they're going to find that she was able to open the portal to Skyland. And Yo-Yo says everything is ready for them to take off and go to Skyland on the next day. They will have to make all preparations on that specific day so that the next day they could go to Skyland. But unfortunately, that would mean the end of their time together in Mashiro's house. Are you ready for the drama, baby? I mean, we know they're not going to say goodbye to each other, but the drama is going to hit me hard. I'm pretty sure of it. So this is episode 13, and we already have the title for episode 14, which is called To Skyland, Reunion with the Person You Admire. This episode will probably show us Captain Shalala, who is the hero that saved Sora when she was a child and inspired her to be a hero. We're probably going to see her. But now let's get into some considerations in terms of this month for Hirogaru Sky. First off, let's start with episode 11, which is an episode that we're going to see Ageha with Tsubasa. I think that we already see some duo shots of them in the opening. Tsubasa getting, Ageha's hand or wing, getting Butterfly's hand and, helping her stand up again. And it's interesting that their first group dynamic is going to be in a clash. They're going to clash against each other. Because we've seen Sora and Mashiro having a very nice relationship so far. They run into a little trouble when Sora didn't want Mashiro to fight, but it was all resolved easily. They never really fought. They never really clashed because of it. But we know that clashing between characters is something that Precure Duos has done a lot. They have done a lot in Precure, and so we're gonna see it in this season again. 20th anniversary, lots of callbacks. So I feel like this episode can also be some sort of callback to those duos that we see the girls fighting a lot. Remember Hibiki and Kanade? Baby, those ones. It's even a little tiresome, but sweet Precure is everything. I love it. And another thing that I feel like it's going to be very interesting is obviously episode 12. First thing that makes me very excited for this episode is that we are going to have a duel. It's been so long in Precure that we haven't seen a solo fight between one of the Cures and one of the generals. And we're going to see that. We're going to see Kabaton versus Cure Sky. And another thing that Hirogaru Sky is doing very differently from other seasons is having only one general. I'm not sure, I might be wrong on this, but I think this is the longest time we've ever had a general in a Precure season without seeing other generals, without seeing a boss, without seeing someone else. We just see Kabaton. And in this episode, we see that Kabaton is distressed. He is scared because he has been losing a lot. So we're probably going to hear that voice that threatened him again in this episode, or maybe in episode 11. We don't know. And it's very nice that Kabaton goes out and reaches out to Sora to have a duel against her, because so far Kabaton has played really dirty and he created plans. He's doing everything in his power to stop the girls and capture Elle. This time around, he is not going to play dirty. He is actually going to call for a duel, a moment between both of them. And he is even going to give room for Sora to train. I mean, he's probably going to train as well. I don't know. We don't know. But he's probably going to train as well. At the end of the day, I'm pretty sure Sora will win, or Cure Sky will win. And this might be Kabaton's last stand as a villain. But after seeing him be so honest and call her to a duel, I don't think he is going to be defeated and he's going to disappear. I'm pretty sure he is getting his redemption. Maybe not in episode 12, maybe later on, but I believe episode 12 is going to be the last stand. Kabaton is very serious about everything he does, but he's also very sincere about everything as well. So if he says that he's not going to go after L after losing, I believe he's going to keep his word. That is why I think that a redemption might be incoming. And I love it because I think Kabaton is one of the best we have ever had in Precure, and I'm not even lying. I absolutely love Kabaton. He's ruthless, he is handsome, he's hot, sorry, but he is. And his plans are amazing. Nothing stops him, and he has great ideas, and he's been keeping the girls on their toes for a while. So that's also very interesting. So if Kabaton gets defeated in episode 12, we might see a new villain in episode 13. But what if we don't see anyone new in episode 13? What if we don't have a fighting scene in episode 13? We don't see the girls transforming, we don't see them fighting. Because at least in the summary, there is absolutely nothing talking about a fighting scene, right? There is absolutely nothing talking about it. So now I'm going to share my theory. Because at the end of episode 13, the girls are going to decide to go to Skyland, but they're probably going to be very sad because it's going to be their last moments together before going to Skyland, before moving on to give Elle back to her parents. That means Sora staying in Skyland, Elle staying in Skyland, and Mashiro coming back to Earth because that's where she lives and she will keep on going to school, etc. Obviously, this is not going to happen. It's too early on in HIROGARU Sky, so things are going to happen in this episode. So let me share what I believe can happen. We see that in episode 13, there is going to be a lady in the shop, and she is going to be holding the shoes that Elle wants. When Elle looks at her, she will smile, but when she goes away, there's going to be some sort of sadness in her face. In episode 14, we're going to see Captain Shalala, probably, because she's probably the one that is referred to in the title. The title is To Skyland, Reunion with the Person You Admire. The person someone in the show admires is Captain Shalala, who is the person who Sora admires. So in my view, that means that we're going to see her and Sora will meet her, right? Remember that Kabaton will probably step down after episode 12. If we don't have a villain in episode 13, something needs to happen in episode 14. Meaning, the girls are going to go back to Skyland. Elle will be given back to her parents, right? Imagine they get there, Elle gets returned with her parents. Sora meets Shalala. Everything is going to be super happy. There's probably going to be a party to accept them and some praise to the cures that have saved the princess. And obviously Tsubasa is going to be there too. Is Ageha going to be there with them? Probably not. But if she goes with them, I'm going to be so excited. So, theory time. Captain Shalala is going to be properly introduced to us. We've listened to that voice in episode 5. Right. Episode 5, yes. And we're probably going to listen to the voice in episode 12. Who is this lady that Elle will see in episode 13? And then Captain Shalala arriving in episode 14. So my theory is that Shalala is the lady that Elle saw in episode 13. She's able to go back and forth between Skyland and Earth. We don't know how, but she is. And she will be in Skyland. And she will somehow do something for the Under Empire to invade Skyland and attack again. This time, not only one general, maybe more than one general. And they will attack and try to capture El-chan again. Because of this, the girls are going to have to capture Elle, protect her, and get her back to Earth so that they can protect her better than in Skyland. I don't know, there has to be a reason for them to come back to Earth, and this is what I'm believing. Captain Shalala being the real villain, the one that is behind everything, And she knows everything about Skyland. She knows how to get there. She knows she's probably the captain of the royal guard or something like that. And so she will probably know how to have access to the king, to the queen, and to capture Elle again. And she will need Elle's power for something. So, what if we get this big twist in episode 14 or 15 or something? And then Sora will have to deal with the fact that the one that she's been fighting against this whole time, the one that she's been having to protect Elle against this whole time, is her utmost idol, is her most admired person. Baby, I would love if that were the case. My theories are always wrong, but still, I'm always gonna keep on theorizing and sharing my theories. And so that's how I'm believing things are gonna go. In episode 12, Kabaton will step down. He won't fight anymore. We might see him still. I hope we do. I hope we keep on seeing Kabaton throughout the season without him being a villain, just chilling. Episode 13, I believe there won't be a fight. Remember, theory, okay? If this goes down differently, it's just me saying this is a theory. And in episode 14, we're going to discover who the actual ruler of Underg Empire is. And my belief is that it's Captain Shalala. That's why she's in the title. That's why she's going to be part of this big twist that is going to happen in episode 14 or maybe 15. And another thing, let's talk about Ageha's debut as Cure Butterfly. I've already talked about it in a video a little bit more in depth. I'm going to leave the link down below if you'd like to check out my full opinion on this. But I still think Ageha will arrive as Cure Butterfly in June and not in May. We only have one episode title from May, which is episode 14. That's going to be the first episode from May 7th, May 6th. I don't remember exactly, but that's going to be the first episode from this month. And I really believe that Ageha won't arrive in May. If we're dealing with all of the stuff from Skyland and Underg Empire in episode 14, we might be dealing with that the whole month. The girls trying to bounce back, fight again, and then we're gonna have Butterfly coming in June. That is just a theory. Again, I am crazy for Butterfly. You guys know she's my favorite, at least design-wise. I love Ageha so much, and I'm crazy to see Butterfly actually joining the season, but I believe she's only going to join in June. That is, the signs are giving me June vibes, and I'm happy. In one hand, I'm sad I want her soon, and in another, I'm happy because June is my birthday month, and I'm gladly accepting Butterfly as a birthday present. Anyways, babies, I have said a lot. I'm so sorry for taking so much of your time, but it's always nice to share theories, and I'm loving that HIROGARU SKY is giving us this space. Oh my god. So, just want to take this little time to thank Inu for translating the episode summaries to us. Inu, thank you very much. I'm so sorry for bothering you so much, but thank you, thank you, thank you. And another thank you, a special thank you to the members of the Magical Cinema channel. Thank you very, very much for your support. I am really appreciating. And if you've watched this video up until now, please leave a comment with a pig emoji. Let's give a big shout out to our dear Kabaton, who will probably lose against your Sky. So please, if you're still watching, leave a comment with a pig emoji down below. I'm so sorry, this video is way too long, but still. Anyways, babes, thank you so much for watching. Until next time, bye bye.